Hello again, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's. So I have a little something different here for you today. We're gonna not concentrate on one car, do you a little bit of a a day in the life of a mechanic. So I've got a Ford Transit Custom here that I'm doing a catalyst and DPF cleaning. So basically it's got high emissions at the minute. We're just going to try and clean it down and see if we can get the emissions lowered down on it. I think it's just the common stuff with AdBlue blocked up, and then we've got over here after that I've got a Renault Traffic, which I'm suspecting is going to be some of the usual stuff: upstream pressure, pipe blocks, glow plugs, DPF, EGR, all that usual stuff. We've got these two here, and then I've got Johnny over here with an Insignia. Needs an AdBlue tank, so it's got a AdBlue pump circuit error, so we're just swapping over a tank on that one over there. So one of the good things about these Ford Transits is that access to clean the DPF, if you're going to put a flushing agent in it at least, is relatively easy because you have the sensor right here. Now a common thing on these can be, we've got a fair bit of pressure there if you can hear that. Yeah, common thing on these is that metal curved pipe down there. That can get blocked, similar to the Vivaros. So just connected up the cleaning gun. So I'm still using obviously the Launch UK stuff. Got that connected now down here to my DeWalt compressor. So we're just using this video as a little bit of a just entertainment, really, a bit of a chat, and I'm doing a bit of an experiment for all of you viewers. If anyone's interested in these, basically I'm purposely using this in the rain. I know I used my Milwaukee compressor a few times, and you know, the weather in the UK, it does change rapidly. You know, like I was using my Milwaukee before, and within sort of 5 seconds we went from a dry day to heavy rain, and it was raining for 2 or 3 minutes. By the time I got out of the van, you know, moved the stuff away, packed it in the van, the compressor was working, but the next day it was dead. So I've been using this now for the last 2 days. It's been raining all day on it. And it is working so far. So that's what I'm if it breaks, it breaks. I'll just get a new one, but I want to test it out to see if it still works after the rain. Okay, we're getting this cleaning fluid in here. You hear the compressor's on there. Okay, so it's certainly doing better than the Milwaukee so far anyway, but you can probably hear it's a lot noisier. So here we have the Insignia. Got Johnny here working under this. That blue tank just up under there. Just a little look around. This is one of the other vans that I've just kitted up. I'm a bit jealous really, because I've kitted this van up to a better liking than my own. Got all the usual sort of charger stuff in the front and that, whatever, but we've gone with a diesel heater right here. My one's under the seat. A little bit hard to access when you want to top it up, but this one's nice, in a nice easy location. The tube comes through here into the front, and then he's made a hole in the side of it there, so it diverts some of it into the back of the van. Got a Hyundai compressor there. That's all set up on the carbon clean machine that we've got just there. We do have the old Milwaukee one there, just as a backup. You probably noticed I've moved over to the DeWalt stuff. What I've done is I've put all of the Milwaukee gear into this van for him. Chargers on the wall here, electric cables running to it basically. Got a tube heater on the roof to keep out the damp. We've got drawer sets going across the front, just like that. Okay, we're going to let him carry on with that for a minute. What I got in my comments about these before was that they don't like the batteries don't like getting wet, but I will see how that goes. So this is like the rear of my van. It's a bit more cramped up, this one. Trying to get in and out is a bit more cramped basically, so I might sort of move stuff around in my van a bit if I can. It's a bit more cramped to get inside. Now back onto this Transit, we've got the AdBlue malfunction light coming up. You've got the smoke symbol there coming up on it. Now I am using this tool again, the Think Car one. Obviously, you know, I do like my launch stuff, but we're trying this out because it looks That's the whole point of my channel. It's to give people different views on stuff. This tool here, I think it's absolutely brilliant, really. Cleaning out the DPF here. Now, I did talk in one of my last videos about if I had a unit, I couldn't physically do this on car cleaning inside the unit because, of course, you couldn't have a build-up of this smoke. You wouldn't be able to see where you were walking. And if I was to move this outside the door, I mean, I was looking at a unit around the corner here, but it's close by. There was other units sort of facing. If I was to do this outside, you'd end up having the wind take it into their unit. I don't think I'd have happy neighbours in my in the unit that I was renting if I was going to rent it. So I'm in a catch situation. You know, I have the best way to do this is outside. So I just got to get it wet, like it is today. It's raining. So just use the pedal depressor now to hold the revs on there for me, and we'll wait until all of that steam smoke has gone away. I think he's having trouble getting that off. Seized bolts. So just gonna let the revs hold up on that for 10 minutes or so till all of that smoke has gone away. And like I said before, I could now pack that away, but I'm purposely leaving this in the rain. I want to test it out for a week, see how it handles the rain. I'm willing to sacrifice it. Now again, that's not combustion smoke. It's just steam from a hot exhaust with wet fluid in there. Johnny's enjoying getting a wet back. That's the old tank. Blue tank. 2 connectors. And a couple of... another connector there. Electrical plug. Okay, we're over inside the Insignia. Got the launch Euro Tab 3 scan tool on this one. And that is that model there. Okay, we're going to hit Intelligent Diagnose. Customers just dropped us a couple of cups of tea there. That's nice. Right, let me see, this is some of the codes that we had on this. Reductant pressure sensor, reductant temperature sensor, reductant high pressure. Okay, Insignia, all the parts have been fitted. We've done a test drive and we have confirmed that we now have 5 bar of pressure where we didn't have any of that before on this car. No fault codes, all clear now, all is well. So that's the Insignia done. Finish up on this Ford Transit and then we'll get onto one of these Renault Trafics. Now we're just going through the system on this one, make sure that we have pressure in the AdBlue tank and that the particles per million ppm has come down. So you can see there now we can continue with the test. Need to drive the vehicle for 15 minutes. Okay, so basically it's saying as long as it's below this level, we're at a minimum level, but it says now we need to let it idle for a few minutes to see if that will now reset. You can't reset these fault codes on their own. It has to just do a drive cycle, and when it thinks the emissions are low enough, it will reset on its own accord. Okay, so this Transit, we're not having much luck. We've got the particles per million down to 4 at idle, but the light isn't going away, and it's saying you have to drive it for maybe up to an hour until that goes away. So I'm just going to let him go away. If the light goes away, end of story. If it doesn't, he'll have to come back and maybe we'll have to replace the DPF and catalyst on it if that doesn't work. Okay, I've got another Vauxhall Vivaro here, Renault Trafic. This one needs a part that I can't get hold of anywhere. Only from the Vauxhall dealership. They don't even have one in stock, so it might have to come back for another day. We've got another 2 over there. Okay, so this one is a 2017 Vivaro and it's got a problem with this the coolant heater module, which is also known as, in the Vauxhall they call it a coolant heater, but on the Renault Trafics they call it a thermo plunger. Just a lot of other low voltage fault codes basically. Okay, we're going to see how he's getting on over here. We've got another couple of Renault Trafics. So this one's just getting glow plugs and a DPF clean. And then this one over here we have upstream pressure pipe blocked and the DPF blocked, as well as a manifold pressure sensor, I think. So you can see there the pressure is built up on that one. Just got some fluid in there letting it soak for a minute, and we're going to use the cable to drill that out. Okay, he's got the cleaning fluid in here. We're just going to come inside now and hold the revs up. On this vehicle here we are using the Launch UK MOT4. So just watching that pressure come down now. Just looking at some of the data. 32 grams of soot. We are still idling at 18 millibars on this, so I think we were idling at 42 before. This is some of the fault codes that we had. Oh, we had an overheating code there, yeah. So Johnny was looking at this one. I haven't looked at this one yet. Air temperature sensor. Well, I think he's unplugged the airflow sensor, so that's why that will be there. The preheating unit there, and obviously particle filter operations. Okay, a couple of minutes later, we are down to 11 pressure, 10-11. Right, we're going to take this on a little, maybe 1 mile trip around the block, just to get it to clear out, and then we'll have a look at the pressure after. She's giving off some smoke. 3000 RPM, we have 50 pressure. We are still coming down on the soot there. Okay, so that's this one sorted. That's the 2 litre version. Onto that one in a minute. But we've got to go back over, have a chat with a customer about this one over here with the thermo plunger. We can't get hold of that today, so hopefully, I think the best option for that would be for him to go get it from a Vauxhall or Renault dealer and come back to me and I'll fit it. Right, so this one he's doing a little bit of shopping around. If we can get hold of it today, he might have to drive sort of 20-30 miles away to wherever the nearest Vauxhall dealership is that have one, then we can get that fitted. Okay, next one, we've cleared the upstream pipe on this. Going to clean the DPF now as well. Okay, now this one we can see we have 18 millibars of pressure at the minute, 62.5 grams of soot, so it's maxed out at the maximum soot loading. We are obviously putting some cleaner through it. That was on 24 just a minute ago, but it's 18 now, but we need to get that down to 6, and we need to get the soot grams down below 6 as well. DPF fluid's now going in. We're going this one in through the oxygen sensor using the Launch UK fluid. Okay, again on this one we're going to hold the revs up around about 3000 RPM. We're just keeping an eye again on these pressures. Again, like I said before, we want these down around 6 and 6. Once it's been cleaned, if they don't come down that far, then we have either ash buildup or a damaged DPF. Okay, so this one, the results haven't been as good. 9 grams of soot, 9 millibars of pressure. We would like those to come down to 6, but we can't get it to come down any further than that. So that's that one done. It's clean, but it's not as good as we'd like to see it. And I think we're just about done. We haven't got any more Renault Traffics left in the car park today. Good day, Johnny. Right, we'll see you on the next video.